talking about this, because he said to me, it goes to her son. And you already approached him and asked him about wearing it, and he said yes? Perfect. His validation that he knows about that honoring, that there's the acceptance, and that's who he says that's who it belongs to. Meaning, it's his way of validating that that's who it belongs to, because that's why he was trying to bring up the ring and then make me feel the movement of it, because there's already been the asking, and he's already said yes and already validated that he would wear it in honor. His way of the approval, his way of saying that's who it belongs to. Do you understand? That's why he brought it up, because that has been a question, even though it was already answered. His way of validating and acknowledging that. Wonderful. Okay. I feel like I'm supposed to.
My oldest daughter has 2 kids.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm feeling saluting. Saluting. Who's in the service?
Her brother was.
Okay. I have people starting to line up. And I have a gentleman saluting me, and he's saying to me he served around wartime and that he was in the Army. Because I feel the green uniform in the older generation. Very well could be. I'm going to leave it. Because I know that was a name that I had said to you earlier that we didn't figure out because it was an older generation. So I'm going to leave it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 people standing here. But he's your main person, so I'm going to continue with him. And then if this gentleman decides to step in and introduce himself, that's fine. But he keeps saluting me. And he's in an Army uniform. It's very clear. Do you recognize it? Okay, I'm just going to leave it because it's probably an older generation. He keeps saying Paula, Paula, Paula. He keeps saying it goes to Paula's son. The ring goes to Paula's son. Mm-hmm. That's what he said. Perfect. Good. It's okay that he's taken his time. He just says that he wants all his family to be able to hear everything that he has to say. So he's just doing it at a slower pace. What did you do in honor for him?
I talk to him every day.
Mm-hmm.
We had a mass for him.
And he keeps saying to me, I need to talk to my daughter about the things that she's doing in honor of me. Do you understand it? You're still doing things in honor of him? Okay. I'm asking him to show me the sign, because sometimes this can be signs attached that they're trying to give you the sign to watch, because there's certain signs that you see that you feel like they're them, okay? What's with the butterflies? Butterflies. Do you understand it? And you saw that as a sign from him? Okay, good. That's what it's about. Because sometimes they'll have to do that, and I'm like, okay, show me the sign. And I felt like I needed to look at her, and I could see a blue butterfly going like this over her shoulder. It's his way of giving the sign that that's something that you guys have seen, and it's something you felt was him. Do you understand it? Perfect. Wonderful. That's what it is. He's saying to me, it's one of two. So I'm going to give you the other one, okay? He's the one, who's the one hearing him in the house? Who's the one, are you hearing him in the house?
Do you ever hear him in the house? Do you ever hear him in the house?
He's saying to me, he keeps trying to make noise in the house so you can hear him. Do you hear him in the house? Mm-hmm. Do you hear him in the house?
Do you hear him? No. Yeah. You hear noises?
He keeps saying to me, he keeps saying to me, he keeps trying to make noises so you know he's there. Do you understand it? You've been hearing the noises? Okay, perfect. Good, 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 good. Okay, good. So we understand the butterfly. He keeps saying he's making noises in the house. Do you understand what he's saying to me? I'm listening. My health was really bad. No one should have to die the way I did. Do you understand it? And it's about the pain and suffering that he felt in the end. It's just what he's saying. Meaning in his mind, he didn't think it would be that strong and that affect him as much as far as the pain levels. Do you understand? You understand it? Okay, good. As long as you understand it. Sometimes we don't realize what our loved ones are going through because we can't always feel what they feel. So my guide says to me it's about his perception of what he was feeling just before the passing happened, as far as the shutdown of the system, because of the struggle of not only the medication, but everything that he was battling against all the way up until the end because of the health complications. Do you understand it? So he's saying that to me because he's saying to me, I struggled a lot more than I thought I would. But I didn't always put it on my face for my family to see, but they knew that I was in pain. Do you understand it? Okay, good. Because he's saying to me, he's cut my breath off. Struggle breathing in the end, because he's taken my breath away. Sometimes that can be before the soul is released. Sometimes it can have to do with supportive oxygen. My guide says it has to do with the soul being released, meaning he was ready to take that breath before he passed across to the other side because he wanted to let go of the pain. Do you understand it? Perfect. You understand? Wonderful. Because he's laying me in that state right now, and he's making me feel what happened in the moment. Okay? So as long as you understand it. Because he keeps saying to me, the one I worried about the most was my wife.
Did you hear that? He said, she's saying he worried about you the most.
Do you understand it? And he makes me feel like he was very protective over her. And he's saying to me that he worried about her the most, that he wanted to make sure that she was okay. Do you understand? Okay, good. He's saying yes. That's why he was making me feel that, and that's why he just said that statement. Mm-hmm. He just keeps saying to me, I heard more than they think I did. Meaning that I know that you all were talking to him and that he wasn't fully vocal. But my guide's saying to me, he was more aware than what you realized. Do you understand it? Perfect. Good. But he's saying to me that he worried about her the most. You watch over her. Do you understand it? Because he keeps saying to me, tell my daughters thank you for taking care of my wife and making sure that she's okay. Meaning that's how I know that they're taking care of you since his passing. And he's saying to me that he knew that you would be greatly affected and you're the one that he worried about the most. He's saying to me, he knows that it was hard on all of you, but that he's her guardian for a reason. But he knew that it would be hardest on you because there's that everyday, he keeps saying everyday companionship. And because you were married so long, it's like, he's saying to me, I needed to say that to you because she needed to know that I had been there. And I knew that she would have it the hardest. Do you understand? Okay. And he keeps saying to me, I'm thankful for my children and the way that they take care of her and that they watch over her. And they're always making sure that she's feeling the way she should. It's about your health. Do you understand it? Okay. Tell her I understand her concern. It makes me feel like I want to come sit down here for some reason. So I'm just going to turn and face the two of you. So I'm going to grab another chair. They're saying to me I only have maybe 2 or 3 minutes left with him. And there's so much to talk about because it's all of you that it's just he's doing everything he can because, and I know what he was explaining as far as the health relation in the end, because it has to do with, because you guys weren't sure if he was aware of everything. Do you understand it? Good. Okay. Okay, so that's why he was giving me all those words. He's saying to me it was important about validating about the ring because that's where it's supposed to be placed. He wanted to make sure that she knows that he's hearing her questions and that he's with her and that he's her guardian. He sees what's going on with her health, and he wanted to thank all of you for helping to take care of her. Like I said, he didn't even go into everything he could have shown me about the health and the shutdown of the system and everything else that took happen as far as what happened with that, okay? Because they're saying to me it would have taken so much of his energy, he wouldn't have been able to have the private conversation with her, and that had to happen first.
Right.
And that's why I started out slow just a little bit, and now we're gonna go just a little bit faster in the end, because he's saying to me, I wanted my daughter to be able to hear my words, and I wanted her to understand that I'm still with her. Do you understand it? And how much I love her, and that I'm her angel. Okay? Good. Frank just said to me, we're all together. We're all standing right here, but today's about him. Okay, good. That's that grandfather energy. Wonderful.
I didn't know him that.
That's okay. He's here talking to me, and that's okay. Because I just had 8 of them step out. So half of them already stepped out and lost their energy. So it's just their way of wrapping around him, giving him the supportive energy for the last couple of minutes. Who carries the memory card with them? Do you understand it? Because he just showed me the memory card and I feel like I'm placing it in my hand. Do you carry it with you all the time? Do you have it with you? Okay, because he just said she has it with her now. Do you understand it? Were you hoping that he would validate that?
I didn't think about it.
It's okay. It's just what he's given me because he's saying to me that's not the only validation he could give. Do you understand? Do you have other stuff of his as well? Because he's saying to me she has other stuff. It was just the easiest thing for him to show me because he's losing his energy. And I felt the memory card and then I felt like I wanted to put it in my hand and then he's making me feel like you carried it. Okay? What's with the who has the old pocket watch? Who got the pocket watch passed down from Frank? Frank keeps showing me an old pocket watch. Who got that passed down? Do you understand it?
I do.
Perfect. Okay, good. Okay. Remember how Frank was introducing himself again with your dad? He's showing me this really old gold pocket watch with the little strand, and he keeps saying to me, it was passed in the family. It was supposed to go down that generation, and it went to the other side. So that just means that somebody got it that shouldn't have gotten it, or that he thought it should have went to a certain person and someone else in the family got it. Not that he's upset at all. You understand it? Perfect. Good. Wonderful. It's and I feel like I'm going to open it up, and it's like it starts to almost tick, and then he's saying to me it doesn't work anymore. So I know that somebody in the family has it. Do you understand? Good. But you understand the memory card that your dad is showing me. Wonderful. So it's, remember how I started to feel him step back in? They're back and forth. They're starting to show me stuff. Okay? Somebody post of a stroke. Stroke. Stepping in just behind you. He's stepping in just behind you, and he's doing this. It's a stroke. It's a stroke. That's the gentleman that I'm getting that gold pocket watch from. Do you understand it? So he's already given me his name. He's talking about the gold pocket watch being passed on through the family, and he keeps doing this, and he's saying to me he passed of a stroke. When they do this and they say stroke to me, it means they passed of a stroke. So it's his way of validating his name in the passing. So he's just saying to me, he's here to give support to your husband, that's all. But I still have to respect him because I can feel his energy, so I'm still validating him along with your dad. Okay? Good. All right, I'm being told I have him for just 2 more minutes. I want to get anything out of him that I can. That's why Frank stepped in beside him. He's just giving him supportive energy, so I might go back and forth, and that's perfectly okay. They're already making me feel the next person that's going to try to come through, and that's okay. So much more I know he wanted to say, honey.
Does he know that
So much
I do
more.
every day?
I
I mean, it's always the last thing. before. I
You lay
just-
down.
I always
He
say.
said lay down before you said go to bed. He was saying lay down. Yeah. You tell me you love him. You ask him to watch over you. Because he's saying to me, she says she loves me and she asks me to watch over her. And she
I
keeps,
have 3 girls.
yeah, yeah. You tell me you miss him.
He was really close with my girls. Who were the only ones that lived down here.
Okay, what else do you want to say? Tell my wife how much I love her. Tell her I know it's not the same without me being there, but she needs to know that I'm there anytime I can be. Meaning he's with you. I know. Do you understand it? That's why I said it's not the same. We were married so long, we just got used to each other's routine. Hmm?
He's talking about the crossing.
He keeps saying his dad. And who's Paul? Who's Paul? He keeps saying it was Dad and Paul. Now, if Paul is not, it could be an older generation in the family that came through as far as a matriarch. Sometimes that can be even someone's own personal guide here that they didn't know, and then they were being introduced on the other side. But he keeps saying it was Dad and Paul. No, Dad and Paul, and that's okay. Because they're saying to me it's about guidance for him, meaning that was probably a guide for him. Because we all have guides. So that's what my guide says to me. It was his guide that he never made a connection with when he was here. That's all it is. But I'm being told his dad was the first one, and he felt like he was going to be there. Perfect. It's not going to be a family member, it's a guide. My guides that I work with, that help to bring people through in spirit, everyone has a guide for themselves. So I'm being told Paul was his guide, so he was there when he crossed. You understand it? Good. Okay. So his dad, he saw his dad, and then there was Paul. And I'm being told Paul was the guide. That's all it is. But he keeps saying to me his dad was there. And you felt like the dad was going to be there? Perfect. Wonderful. All right, I'm going to get anything else out of him that I can real quick. He's just making me feel that his soul is at peace. He said today I just needed them to know that I'm fine where I am. I'm glad they were all there with me, and I feel like I'm talking about the end. I know I didn't have a chance to say any words to you, but I was trying to do my best to stay there, but there was a part of me that wanted to go because I was tired of the pain. This is his last words. Thank you for being there for me. What'd you say?
There were 3 of us at the very end. My husband, myself, and my daughter.
He keeps saying to me, thank you for being there for me. This is just about the visitation in and out as far as the family, all the way up until the end, because it has to do with the taking care of the health, watching the progression as far as the happening, and then just before the passing. And he just keeps saying, I love all of you. He keeps saying to me, watch for the butterflies, because I know you guys have already done that. Do you understand it? That he's her guardian. He's making noises at the house. He did not say anything about that. Are you finding them? That might be that second sign that he never gave me. Remember I said there's the butterflies and then there's the second
The
one?
day before, one thing I felt was interesting is the day before, I think it was the day before he passed. You know, you get the stickers at the hospital say visitor, and they say shh on the bottom of the sticker. They have the S. Well, in her driveway under one rock was just that little piece of the sticker, like the SHH, you know, from. It was just
Interesting.
strange.
Interesting.
And I have like an 8x10 on my dresser, my dad and I talk every morning,
Mhm.
you know, I'll talk, and I have that little paper taped to it. And whenever I find pennies that I feel like are from him, I just
Yeah.
put it around the frame.
And that might be that second sign
Yeah.
that he said he didn't give, but you guys